So I've been watching a bunch of Borderlands this past couple of weeks. Gathalion was helping to host The Hunt with Borderlands 2. It was a cool event where people were going for loot. They had to start brand new characters and grind their way up to the best guns possible to find as many rare, legendary guns that they could. And it was a pretty cool event. People were finding some very rare ones right at the start on the first couple of boss fights. Some people were killing the same boss over and over and over again, and they were getting unlucky. And while that can be a frustrating thing, I think the feeling of getting a rare gun or a perfectly rolled gun is a great thing for keeping a community playing a game. I was recently also playing Diablo 3. Season 9 just started, where you start a fresh character the same, you grind your way up, get as strong as you can, get all the loot that you can, and I found while playing it, I had a lot of fun doing it. Once I started getting some solid gear, I liked replacing that gear with fractionally better gear, and bit by bit, improving my character. Now, when the game first started, Destiny did have this feeling. I started out with all blues, I did my first Vault of Glass run, and I got my first legendary. And then I started getting my second legendary, and I couldn't quite upgrade it yet because I didn't have Ascendant Shards. And then finally I could upgrade it, and then I got another piece, and bit by bit, my character started to improve, expand, and the content that I could do vastly improved. Now, as Destiny went on, however, I feel that this grind factor, this sense of achievement and improvement really started to go away. With a lot of the legendaries, you can't tell the difference between one and another, and for the most part, I don't really give a shit what I'm wearing in a lot of situations. If it's got intellect and discipline, great. If it doesn't change my gameplay that much. Yeah, I might not have my grenade as much, or I might have to wait 20 more seconds for my super ability, but in a lot of situations, it doesn't really affect me or make me care that much. The numbers on the screen when I'm shooting an enemy don't change very much, and I can't find myself wanting to do the raid over and over just to get some intellect or discipline a little bit higher. I find in games like a Diablo, Division, or Borderlands, where there are stats, there is different damage on guns, there is crit chance, there is reload speed, things like that, I find myself very interested in getting those stats to improve. I want to play the game, I want to kill a boss, I want to do a strike for an extended period of time. And for whatever reason, Destiny, I think, lost that feeling very early on. And as a game that has a lot of PvE and grinding and bosses and raids and all these different weapons to achieve and get and gather, the fact that it got boring so quickly, I think, is a big detriment to the game. Now, this doesn't mean that the gameplay got boring or worse. It means that that sense of achievement and wanting to improve my character went away too quickly. I didn't care about so many of the stats and things in the game, and I didn't care about a particular legendary other than maybe one or two. IS Luna, Matador, things like that are items that, yes, people have committed hours upon hours to hopefully get one. But at the same time, the grind for those I wouldn't say is very fun, rewarding, or interesting. What I mean by this is, you just get an IS Luna at the end of a game. There's nothing to it other than play the game, hope that you get it. And you can't ever improve at this. You can't increase your speed at doing this. I feel with other, MMO, PvE type games, the better you get at the game, the faster you are at completing content, the more efficient you are, the quicker you can find items. If your stats improve on your weapons, you do more damage, you can complete that content faster. And with the PvE, PvP elements in this game, there aren't a lot of situations that you can complete this game and get gear faster. If you want an IS Luna, you go play Control, Rift, Rumble, whatever it might be, and unless you play like an absolute god or run with a team of 6 that mercies everyone, you can't increase that time of getting that loot very much. You just have to play, and you just have to hope that it happens. Even in PvE, where you would expect the exact opposite, where skill and better gear should lead to efficiency and more grinding and better opportunities to get gear, it really doesn't change there either. If you take the best raiding team in the world and give them all level 400 gear, they'll finish it at X time. And if you take that same team and give them level 385 light level gear, they'll finish it like a minute or two slower. It doesn't change things in the grand scheme of things. If this was one mission or one strike, yeah, that could start to add up. But when you're spending an hour or 35 minutes at the most optimized time frame possible in a raid, that doesn't really matter a whole lot. It's not going to do an extra run an hour or anything like that. And so what you get is a lot of people that, they improve their light level, but in a lot of situations, it doesn't really matter. So what you get is people like myself that are still 390 light level on most of my characters because I can't find the drive to want to improve any higher. It doesn't change anything really. In PvP, it might save someone's life like one time in 500 kills. Like, I don't know what the math is on it. Obviously, I can't put a number to how many times that those stats will come into effect, but it's extremely slow. If you snipe someone in the face, they're gonna die. If you shotgun someone, they're most likely going to die. And in a hand cannon duel, it will kill him in 3 shots optimally. These little things don't change even with, 10, 15, 20 light level differences. And that's where I would like to see this game change. I want to see stats coming into effect. I want it to really alter the way we explore this world and can interact with this world. I want to be able to finish a strike in half the time as other people because I put in the effort to get better stats and to understand how the strike works. And right now, I can finish it 14 seconds faster. And it doesn't give me any sort of drive to want to do it. I don't see improvements in my gear. I don't see improvements in my ability to complete content, and so I just avoid it because it seems like a waste of time. That's not a great thing to have with PvE. I don't know what to say. This isn't even really a rant. I enjoyed Destiny. I just hope that this is something that they improve on moving forward. I don't know though. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker here and you don't agree with me. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot. But let me know what you think. Do you want to see more stats like critical hit chance and reload speed on your weapons? Or do you like it the way it is? Nice and simple. There's obviously pros and cons to both of them, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. That's it from me, and I'll see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.